Hey, 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 happy Wednesday. Come on in, pull up a chair. The Daily Dope is in the air. Howdy, 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 gang. Yes, I'm Jeff McAleer, back once again as your host here at The Daily Dope, presented by thegaminggang.com, which I happen to be the Grand Poobah. Little finger guns there, right? So, come on in. We've got a brand new show. We got some folks already jumping into chat, too, so that's pretty cool. So, first of all, tonight is Wednesday, September 11th. Yes, September 11th is it's just a strange anniversary. It's I don't know. I'm not gonna really get into it or anything like that, but it's just crazy as an American that even if I'm reading something that's prior, it's about something prior to 2001, and the date September 11th comes up, it's right away. I'm like, so of course, kindest thoughts to the victims and their families of September 11th, and of course everyone who was impacted by that horrendous date. Not much I can say anyway, so I'm not going to focus on that. It's just like I said, it's just a weird day. But do want to point out, this is episode 360 of The Daily Dope. Chat is available on YouTube. This is a live stream, so if you're catching the show live, be sure to say hi. I've already got John Vogel, Casey Board Gamers, and Dan from No Enemies here. I've already said hello, so howdy, howdy, howdy. Welcome aboard. So, as I mentioned, chat is available on YouTube. It is not on screen. It's one of the ways that I keep some of these stranger commenters at bay, but I do pay attention to chat. So, if you like to say howdy, or maybe if you have a question, by all means, feel free, fire away. I will respond. If you like the video, give it a quick thumbs up. If you check out some of the videos on the Gaming Gang channel and you dig those, by all means, please subscribe. And if you do subscribe, don't forget, ring that little bell, because it will not only tell you when I upload a new video, it'll also tell you within about 5 minutes when the stream goes live. So as you can tell, my voice is kind of today. I was under the weather the past couple of days. Well, actually, throughout the weekend too. So, I mean, it wasn't anything terrible. It's not like the flu or something. It was just kind of like a stomach bug. And I guess I'll leave it at that, eh? So, anyway, I also want to point out that if you do subscribe, or if you do check out thegaminggang.com, be sure to tell a friend. In fact, tell 2 friends. So, let me grab a sip here. So, today is marking a bit of a change in the format of the weeknight show, at least for about a week or so. I want to see something. I want to check something out, because usually on the show I'll do an unboxing. I might page through an RPG release. I usually do reviews, usually 1 or 2 reviews a week, and I noticed not tons and tons of views. So I decided, for an example, I have the I received the Baldur's Gate Descent into Avernus adventure supplement from Wizards of the Coast, and I thought, okay, I'm going to shoot a standalone video. So I used to only do standalone videos way back in the day. I know, saying way back in the day because it's been almost 2 years that I've been doing the Daily Dope, right? Crazy. But I'm almost at like 1,000 views. And I gotta be honest, I would not have that many views if it was part of the show. It's just, people see the show and they figure, looking at the time, it's like an hour 10 minutes. Oh, I don't know if So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do the Daily Dope is going to be just news of the day. Tabletop gaming news of the day. Probably run you about 20, maybe 30 minutes. Of course, those of you in chat, if you got questions, fire away. It can be about anything, really. Okay, within good taste, right? But, about 20, 30 minutes. Monday through Friday, I think should be pretty cool. And we'll share, what's going on in tabletop gaming news. I will also tell you what is on the horizon as far as first look videos, unboxing videos, as well as reviews too. So I got a lot of stuff cooking. So Kabuki Kid has popped in. Thank you, Kabuki Kid. I will feel better. Thank you. Ronald Griffith, who I do not believe I have seen pop into chat before, but Ronald has popped in. Congratulations on 360 episodes. Yes, thank you. So, yes, and Kabuki Kid says, and then they told two friends, and they told two friends, and so on, and so on. So, I do see that KC Board Gamers is in chat. I have to send out Your Adventures in Middle-earth. I was going to send it out last weekend, and of course, I was laid up, pretty much. So, that'll go out in the next few days. I do have your address. I did get the email you sent. So everything is cool there. So Kabuki Kid says, it's your free time. Do what's best for you. I don't know if I want to call it free time. It's really not. Not necessarily free time. But, I got to get more views on stuff. Got to get more eyes on things. Because I even went back and looked at various videos that I would shoot over the years. Because I'm in my 10th year covering the hobby. And I think it was about a year in when I started doing video. Maybe it was 2 years in. But just get loads and loads more views. So, we'll see what happens. Yeah, what can I tell you? Anyway, so let's jump into the tabletop gaming news. I got a few news pieces. Then I'm going to talk about what review videos are on the horizon. I was going to shoot some over the weekend. Of course, we see what happens. So there you have it. All right, so let's jump on into the tabletop gaming news because the Funko lineup of Funkoverse games is going to be arriving next month. I've got the dope. In the Funkoverse strategy game, you'll combine your favorite characters and go head-to-head in 4 exciting game scenarios. Move through memorable locations including Diagon Alley, Gotham City Streets, Bips and Chits, and the Florida Boardwalk, and more. Use your character's unique abilities to capture points and achieve victory. Each of these light strategy games can be played as a standalone game or mixed with other Funkoverse games. Face off in the ultimate pop battle. Why does it not seem like... Oh, there we go. I was going to say, it doesn't seem like the images are changing. And I was like, oh, wait a second. It's like... Because the images are so similar, they were changing. And I'm like, is that changing? What's going on? Anyway, face off in the ultimate pop battle. In the Funkoverse strategy game, you combine your favorite characters and go head-to-head in 4 exciting game scenarios. Use your character's unique abilities to gain points and achieve victory. Each turn, you select one of your characters and perform 2 actions. Each character has access to basic actions like moving and challenges, as well as several unique abilities that may be performed only by spending ability tokens. Funkoverse uses an innovative cooldown system. The more powerful the ability, the longer it will take for the ability to become available again. So players have to spend their ability tokens wisely. Each character in Funkoverse is unique, so players are encouraged to try out different combinations of characters and items in order to discover their favorite synergies and powerful strategies for all 4 game scenarios. As of launch, the Funkoverse strategy game consists of 4 character sets and 2 character sets. Every 4 character and 2 character set is playable as a standalone game and comes with exclusive Funko Pops that aren't available anywhere else, a double-sided board, tokens, cards, an item, and dice. Sets may be combined with one another, allowing players the freedom to play how they like. The Funkoverse games are for 2 to 4 players, ages 10 and up. They will play in about 20 to 60 minutes. The 4 character sets will carry an MSRP of $40, and 2 character sets are $24.99. Kind of strange. Not sure why they didn't go $39.99 $24.99 as opposed to $40 and $24.99. They are arriving next month in October. So, I'm sure you've probably already noticed. I've got a video. I've got two videos, actually. Talking about the Funkoverse. One is from San Diego Comic-Con. The other is I actually take a peek at it's Robin and Catwoman, as well as Rick and Morty. So I'll have reviews of those probably in about a week and a half. I tend to try to have my reviews come out just before stuff comes out, because otherwise people forget. It's like, yo, this has come out in 2 months. Check this out. So pretty interesting. And they are exclusive pops. They're even an exclusive new size. So I thought that was kind of interesting too. Moving right along with interesting news pieces. Later this year, USAopoly is going to be releasing a special edition of Talisman. And if you're a fan of Kingdom Hearts, I think you're going to be excited. Here's the dope on, you guessed it, Talisman Kingdom Hearts. A vibrant board game experience inspired by the original Kingdom Hearts video game, Talisman Kingdom Hearts Edition is filled with iconic characters, memorable locations, and adventure. Designed for 2 to 6 players, the game transports players to the Destiny Islands, which have been attacked by the Heartless. Players must venture through 3 different rings, the realm between, the realm of light, and the end of the world, acquiring the needed strength and magic to seal the door to darkness and keep the Heartless from consuming the other worlds. Talisman Kingdom Hearts Edition component highlights include an imaginative and colorful game board featuring Neverland, Traverse Town, Atlantica, Agrabah, Wonderland, Olympus Coliseum, and other familiar Kingdom Hearts locations. There are custom figures of 11 playable characters, including Sora, King Mickey, Goofy, Donald Duck, and Aqua. More than 250 cards and objects featuring iconic storylines and characters from the critically acclaimed property. There are spell cards which give players magic boosts and abilities, including Fire, Blizzard, Thunder, Gravity, Cure, Reflect, and more. You can purchase cards. It provides players with additional items, weapons, and armor such as gummy ships, dream swords, and ribbons. There are follower cards, powerful allies which are based around the summons and party members and include fan favorites like Simba, Genie, Bambi, Dumbo, Tinkerbell, and Mushu. Help players complete their quests, and they're needed to help stop the Heartless. There are event cards as well, inspired by Keyblade wielders and Disney villains. Events can both positively and negatively impact a player's journey to the door to darkness. Also, Keyblade cards. Wield powerful Keyblades to defeat enemies and seal the door to darkness, including Oathkeeper, Oblivion, and Divine Rose. Also features money-themed currency, custom marbleized 6-sided dice, and more. The worlds are under attack, calling on the bravest of hearts to keep the imminent darkness from consuming their communal serenity. Take on the roles of Sora, Karu, Riku, King Mickey, Donald Duck, Goofy, and more to battle through locations from the Kingdom Hearts universe on a mission to wield powerful Keyblades. With significant allies, magic spells, and weapons offering protection along the way, only the best equipped will gain access to the source of the threat. Be the first to face off with Ansem, Seeker of Darkness, and seal the door to darkness to save unsafe worlds at the mercy of the Heartless. Wow, that's a lot. Talisman Kingdom Hearts is for 2 to 6 players, ages 13 and up, plays in around 90 minutes, and will carry an MSRP of $69.95 when it arrives in Q4. So, we will be looking for that. So anyway, so we've got some conversation going on between Kabuki Kid and Dan over at No Enemies Here. And just kind of chatting about September 11th. So, yeah. Yes. I had friends who had connections in that too. So, strangely enough, it was really weird because at that point in time, my brother actually flew for United, and he called. I lived out in Arizona back then, and he called right away to tell me that he was not flying that day. He was off. He was not on flight 191. So yeah. So no, Kabuki Kid, Dan, you guys are fine, man. It's chat. Just chat it up, man. It's okay. Everybody's fine. We're all good. All right, moving right along. Next news piece. Artana Games is bringing Lovelace and Babbage, and I am not talking about Linda Lovelace, and I am not talking about Babbage's computer software stores. Yeah, that's going into the Wayback Machine, right? Anyway, Lovelace and Babbage is coming to stores following a successful Kickstarter run. I've got the dope. In Lovelace and Babbage, players adopt the roles of 19th century computing pioneers, including Ada Lovelace and Charles Babbage. Each player has their own unique abilities and subroutines, providing asymmetrical gameplay and new challenges. Programming an early mechanical engine, players complete tasks for famous 19th century patrons who award influence in areas such as art, science, and engineering. Turns take place in real time, with players competing over a mix of personal and shared goals as they all program the engine simultaneously. Speed and accuracy are both rewarded, so different playstyles and levels of ability can all succeed. In Lovelace and Babbage, players program the world's first computer and help those famous patrons solve challenging problems. You can compete against your fellow programmers in real time, develop your subroutines and upgrade the shared computer, receive influence from those patrons in 5 areas of society, balance speed, care, and clever maneuvers to win. Lovelace and Babbage is full of thoughtful fun and a modern-day twist on the dawn of computing. We hope you'll embrace your inner programmer. At the game's start, the computer is simple, and you have a limited number of operations, which letting your individual strategy take shape. Later rounds bring enhancements to the computer for additional scoring opportunities. Your goal is to identify a sequence, of engine components in real time, so your personal program generates values matching patron and subroutine cards. Doing so gains influence in 5 different areas from the patrons and unlocks expanded abilities for your programmer via subroutines. Everyone's program starts at the same place. What you do after that is up to you. As the computer evolves and your personal program choices impact everyone else, the race to see which programmer is best really heats up. Winning will require just enough speed to stay ahead of your opponents and just enough care to not go too fast. After 4 rounds, whoever scores the most points by developing their own computer program and collecting influence in various areas is, of course, declared the winner. So I do actually have a real quick video. It's about a minute long, and it is from the Lovelace and Babbage Kickstarter, which was successful. I just want to share a little bit more about the game because there aren't a lot of images out there for it, so I thought I would share this video. So kick back and give it a watch.
Artana and tiny epic designer Scott Alms have joined forces to take you back to the dawn of computing with our newest game, Lovelace and Babbage, a 30-minute real-time game for 2 to 4 players, where you play as early computing pioneers like the queen of programming Ada Lovelace or the visionary of computing Charles Babbage. Using a shared computer, you take actions to program your own custom code in order to please influential patrons, activate subroutines, and unlock your own personal special abilities. You can pursue a strategy of speed or completeness, outfoxing your fellow programmers to become the most influential genius of the time. It's good, happy, thinky fun for gamers of all skill levels. So, what are you waiting for? Time is running out in the game and also in this campaign. Join us to share this fantastic little love letter to Ada, Charles, and innovators everywhere. Thanks so very much for your support.
All right, there you have it. So, Lovelace and Babbage is for 2 to 4 players. So, that's kind of weird, right? You'd think it's for 2. It's supposed to be for 2 to 4 players, ages 14 and up. Plays in about 15 to 30 minutes. going to carry an MSRP of $25 when it arrives next month on October 16th. So, Kabuki Kid had asked, are they competing against each other? And I personally know that they both work together. Here's the interesting thing that I find, right? So, Ada Lovelace, that's not her name. It was never really her name. She was the Countess of Lovelace. Her name was Augusta Ada King, and she was the daughter of Lord Byron and, well, I should say Lord and Lady Byron. So, I always find it very strange how it's just, you know, they call her Ada Lovelace versus it's like, oh, okay. So you don't say, hey, Bob Duke of Windsor, do you? I don't know. I can't tell you. Seems like an interesting game though. Although it does seem like you're at odds. You're not working together. So I don't know. Yeah. So Kabuki Kid's saying, yeah, that's pretty funny. She has become Ada Lovelace, even though that wasn't her name. So it's okie doke. Moving right along. This, like I said, this looks like this could be a pretty interesting game. White Wizard Games is in the midst of a successful Kickstarter for their epic card game, and I've got the dope. 3 all-new epic sets. Get trading card game style play at a low Star Realm style price. Duels is an easy-to-learn 2-player starter set for epic card game. Perfect for new players, it's a complete game on its own, and fully compatible with all epic sets. Jungle is a 2-player box set exploring the tropical supercontinent of Goanna. A complete game on its own, or combine it with any other epic set to support more players. Then there's the Lost Tribe, which is a set of 4 15-card packs, 1 for each alignment. Evil, Good, Sage, and Wild. Combine any 2 packs to create a 30-card, 2-color deck, and you're ready to play. Epic is a fast-paced card game of fantasy combat designed by Hall of Fame Magic players Rob Doherty and Darwin Castle. Packs all the amazing gameplay and beautiful art of a trading card game, but without the high cost and hard-to-find cards. With any epic deck, Duels, Jungle, or the base set, you and a friend can play pre-constructed decks, sealed decks, or even draft. If you're a trading card game veteran, you know what that means. And yes, it is every bit as awesome as it sounds. If you haven't played any trading card games before, I'm not sure why you're watching this show, but you're in for a real treat. Because with Epic, you get to play all of these great TCG game modes without having to constantly buy new cards. Using your Epic set, your group can play again and again with great gameplay every single time. So White Wizard has put together a short Kickstarter video. Unlike Lovelace and Babbage, this is actually a Kickstarter going on. So kick back and let's give it a watch.
CEO of White Wizard Games. Our company is dedicated to making awesome and affordable games, including one of our favorite creations, Epic Card Game. Designed by 2 Magic Hall of Famers, Epic provides all the thrills of a trading card game, but without the expensive random booster packs. Buy Epic once, and you and your friends can play sealed, draft, or constructed again and again with great gameplay every single time. Since its incredibly successful launch on Kickstarter 4 years ago, Epic has gained a dedicated community of players, held big tournaments, and put out several awesome expansions to make the game even better. Whether you're new to Epic or a seasoned veteran, we're excited to reveal 3 new expansions to the game, all of which can be played on their own or added to your existing Epic collection. Duels is an easy-to-learn 2-player set, perfect for introducing new players to the world of Epic. Jungle is a 2-player set with exciting new mechanics like Frenzy, which gives you bonuses when your opponent has more cards in their hand than you do. Lost Tribe is a set of 4 packs, 1 of each alignment. Combine any 2 packs to make a 30-card 2-color deck, and you're ready to play. If you already play Epic, check out the new stuff tier, which gives you all the new Epic cards offered in this Kickstarter. If you're new to Epic, the new player tier is a fantastic deal. For just $30, it includes Epic Duels, the Epic base set, and all the stretch goals we unlock. You'll get 180 different game cards, each with amazing art and unique game mechanics, plus a rule book, a player guide to walk you through your first game, scorecards, and tons of human, wolf, zombie, and demon tokens. Everything you need for 6 players to play Epic. Thank you for watching, and thank you so much for your support. Backers like you literally make these games possible. Press the green button. Pledge now. Oh, I almost forgot. We've got the new Star Realms High Alert sets available as an add-on, including a Kickstarter exclusive pack. We're talking ships and bases with new card mechanics, multi-faction heroes, and a whole new card type. Check it out in the add-on section below.
You can pledge support and reserve all the new Epic goodies, plus any unlocked stretch goals, for a $55 pledge through September 19th. Expected delivery is July of next year. So I actually did review Epic Card Game ways back, a couple of years ago, maybe. I think it's about a couple of years. And I liked it. But, you know, it's very similar in feel to Star Realms and Hero Realms. But just like, here's an odd thing, right? So I actually like Hero Realms more than Star Realms. And that's like the exact opposite of most people. But just something about Star Realms where it's like, yes, I build this base. And the base is destroyed. And the base is back again. And it's destroyed. And then it's back again. You know, there's just something about it. But Epic is a fun game, and it is true you can do a lot of different trading card game style games. Although sealed deck, part of sealed deck is you open up a deck, you don't know what's in it. Whereas, you know, with this, it's a little different. You could say it's a sealed deck, but you're gonna know what's in there. So, but pretty cool game, and you get quite a bit for that $55 for your pledge. For the new stuff, all the new goodies, I believe. So my final news piece, well, actually, before I jump into that, just went to Hubcam 210 has arrived. Good to see you, Hubcam. And Kabuki Kid's talking about the giant check that we just saw in that Kickstarter video. Somebody was winning a convention. It was a tournament, no doubt. It looked like it was $25,000. They said, yeah, I'd like to get one of those giant checks someday. So you take it to the bank and see, you know, what they do as far as cashing it. I'm sure everyone knows, and I'm sure Kabuki Kid's messing with us, but those aren't real checks. It's like, just like, I guess, a lot of people don't realize this, but you can go and have, like, your own giant check made. I've been known to play some daily fantasy sports, and I know some people who've won, like, you know, big $25,000, $100,000 contests, and they have big checks made out. And it's like, okay, so you can put that like in your office or something. It's like in your man cave. It's like, okay. So yeah, pretty funny. Oh, so there we go. I ruined Kabuki Kid's dream of getting a giant check. Sorry, it's just how it works. All right, so my final news piece is from Corthalis Publishing and Venger Satanis. And there is a new Gonzo-style science fiction fantasy RPG core book. It's available. I've got the dope on Sha'alt. Who has the balls to confront this dark psychic force? Gachalt is a beast of a book, 218 pages. I've been working on for the past year. Not myself. This is Venger talking. It's a ruined world focusing on a couple of introductory dungeons before getting to the main event, the mega dungeon known as the Black Pyramid. The Black Pyramid is like nothing you've ever seen before. Unique design, purpose, feel, and magic items. NPCs, monsters, factions, motives, agendas, strangeness, the works. There's a decent amount of setting detail because dungeon crawling, space opera bar, domed city, mutants, weird-ass elves, desert pirates, a city ruled by a gargantuan purple demon worm, and much more. Alt is compatible with most old school and 5e D&D purposefully, and is blended for maximum usability. Full disclosure, aside from advantage, disadvantage, and bounded accuracy, there isn't much in the way of 5th edition mechanics. So it's predominantly old school Renaissance or revival, whichever you want to have that R represent. I've included my own Crimson Dragon Slayer D20 as an appendix, but you can use any of the there's probably hundreds of RPG systems available to run Alt as your own. The rules language is fairly neutral, and my priority was helping the game master at the table. The world is gonzo, eldritch, science fantasy, and post-apocalyptic. It's a wild ride, perfect for those players seeking something a little bit different, but also recognizable. The interior is gorgeous, full-color art, layout, and cartography, as well as Lovecraftian aesthetics. Gold Any winner Glenn Seal of Monkey Blood Design, who we're actually going to be seeing some stuff from soon, went above and beyond his usual fantastic job. There is a 32-page preview that's available for you to take a look at. And Venger says that he spared no expense making Alt fantastic. This world is alive and spilling over with possibilities. Alt should give you years of solid, non-standardized gaming. You can score the 216-page PDF over at DriveThruRPG for $20. And I'm going to be taking a look at this PDF. It's going to be a PDF review, so it's probably going to go over to Sammy. I shouldn't say probably. 99% positive it's going to go to Sammy. And look at that. Venger Satanis, maybe I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly, is in the house. So there you go. So yes, Kabuki Kid says, copy really says who has the balls? I wouldn't make that up. I gotta sometimes throw some other things in, but not like that. So anyway, as I did mention, you can score the PDF over at DriveThruRPG for a cool $20. As I always like to mention, the Gaming Gang and thus the Daily Dope happen to be affiliates of the One Bookshelf site. So if you are going to go to, say, Wargame Vault or DriveThruRPG, please stop by thegaminggang.com first, click on one of our banners, and that way if you do make a purchase, I get a little piece of the action. Very little piece of the action. Sometimes it's a nickel, but I swear it all adds up. And thank you so much for everybody out there who does that, because it pays for the hosting pretty much every month. And I do not have cheapo GoDaddy hosting for thegaminggang.com. All right, so I'm going to wrap up the show talking about what's coming up in some of the reviews and that. I know today has been a bit different. I'm trying to kind of put together a little bit of a different style of show. We'll see what happens. I mean, if people can't stand it's just the news, we'll go back to doing the unboxings and the first looks and the reviews on the show. Just want to see if we bump up our view numbers by kind of separating the news out and just going back to doing the standalone reviews and unboxings, things like that. Anyway, before I start talking about what's coming up in the reviews, I do want to mention, of course, if you watch the show regularly, you already know that the Gaming Gang and the Daily Dope are pretty much not-for-profit endeavors. So if you do like the site, if you like the show, if you like our YouTube channel, be sure to please consider making a small donation to Lil Bub, Big Fund, and the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals. Lil Bub's Big Fund does provide grant monies to organizations throughout the United States who care for special needs animals awaiting adoption. Yes, these animals are awaiting finding their forever homes. Now, they could be long in the tooth like yours truly. They may have mobility issues. Maybe they're blind or deaf. Maybe they require medications every day. Even possible that they have some sort of disease like feline leukemia. Regardless, these animals do deserve to find loving homes And as someone who is always adopted from shelters, I can tell you right now, those animals will repay your love 1,000-fold. Dead serious. So, please consider making a small donation to Lil Bub's Big Fund and the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals. If you do, and if you would like to shoot me an email, you don't have to send me like proof or anything. Just let me know you did it. Shoot me an email. It's jeffmcaleer@thegaminggang.com. And if you'd like, I'll give you a shout out on the following show. Plus, if you ever have a question or comment, you can still use that email address. It's okay to contact me. So, all right. Anyways, so what do we got cooking? So, let's see. So, Dan says, love Star Realms. And I just like Hero Realms better. It's just probably because I'm more of a fantasy fan. Although I love science fiction, don't get me wrong. It's just, I don't know. I mean, the games are almost identical. So, don't know what to tell you. So Kabuki Kid says, ever consider still doing the old style show, just lifting out segments for their own videos? You get dinged for doing that. You get dinged for doing that on YouTube. So I had considered doing that. Plus, I think it would just be really weird. Because then it's sort of like, oh, hey, hi, I'm Jeff McAleer, your host, and here's our greatest hit show kind of thing, right? So I would have to shoot like an opening and closing, and then all of a sudden it's just the video of like the unboxing or the review. Plus, there's no chat then. So there's no way for me to like cut that video out and include chat too. So it's a good idea, Double K, but I don't think we can pull that off. Hey, Paul Nolan's popping in. Good to see you, Paul. So, last thing I do want to point out, got a bunch of stuff that you'll see reviews coming up for. I do want to start off by mentioning that I did my review for Penny Lane, which is from Sparkworks. This is actually a good game. Oh, Dan from No Enemies Here's got to go. All right, see you later, Dan. Hopefully swing by tomorrow. Anyway, so I enjoy the game. In fact, the gang really did like Penny Lane. The rules are a mess. It's sort of like, hopefully we're playing it the right way, because the rules are not very clear, and there are some questions floating around on like Board Game Geek that have not been answered. So, but I gotta be honest, I gave it like a 7.6 because it's actually, there's a good game down there, and if they could have iron out that rule book, I could see that being easily like an 8.5. So yeah, so we enjoyed it. So, usually Wednesdays are War Game Wednesdays, so I do want to point out that I will have a review of The Last 100 Yards, which is going to be coming. It is out, of course, but it's from my friends over at GMT Games. I've got Champions of Hera, which is from my pals over at Greenbrier Games. So I've got a review of that on the horizon. Like I said, some of these I would have actually shot this weekend. I was just under the weather. So, also got the Jumpstart Kit for Cyberpunk Red. So that is coming. That's from Artana Games. I will also have my review for Baldur's Gate, Descent into Avernus, which I am going to be giving this away. I'm gonna announce the contest tomorrow, because I figured just let people kind of get back into, oh yeah, the Daily Dope's back after being gone for a couple of days. So I will talk about this contest tomorrow. It's going to be super easy to win. You're just going to have to be a subscriber to the YouTube channel. But I think we're going to do it where we have to crack 1,800 subscribers for me to give it away. Speaking of contests, got to point out that Everdell, I should say, contest that I had for the wooden Evertree, as well as the Everdell Pearlbrook expansion, the collector's edition. We did not get enough followers on Twitter. We missed it by 20, 21, something like that. Don't know what to tell you. What I will do is I'll do another contest for it once it's closer to coming out, because it's not in stores yet. I don't think it's out until October, maybe November. But I'll do something a little different. I just won't have it tied into Twitter. Walking in Burano from AEG is another one that I've got. That one's going to be really easy to review. I got Brides and Bribes, which is from Space Balloon. It's released in the US through Ares Games. It is a really, really interesting game. Really different. And it was not... I mean, I knew it was kind of a cutthroat game because I was told at Gen Con... No, I'm sorry. That was at Origins. I was told that it was kind of a cutthroat game. So I was like, cool, okay. So a lot of people are like, oh, yeah, it's marrying off, sons and daughters and stuff. Yeah, but it's like very Machiavellian. You're murdering people and stuff like that. So definitely check out that review. That review is probably going to be early next week. Of course, we've got the Lonely Mountain Region Guide for Adventures in Middle-earth as well. So a lot of stuff going on. I got a lot of reviews on the horizon. So every show I'll kind of wrap up by giving you an idea of when these reviews and first looks, of course, I'm going to still do the unboxings, when they are going to appear. So all of these will be out before the end of next week. So yeah, Kabuki Kid's like, what a bummer to miss giving away the Pearlbrook. I know, it was really, really close. All right, so that's it for tonight's show. So appreciate Venger Satanis popping in from Terthalis. I'm probably mispronouncing that. Publishing. Good to see when we get publishers and designers and stuff popping into chat. It's always fun. So I will be back tomorrow with the latest edition of Tabletop Gaming News on the Daily Dope. So, of course, as I like to point out, when you're not watching videos on the Gaming Gang channel, be sure to visit thegaminggang.com for all the latest in gaming news, reviews, comics, movies, TV. By now you know the drill. Get your geek on at thegaminggang.com. Everybody who was hanging out in chat, thank you so much. Thanks for the get well wishes, too. I appreciate that. And, of course, even if you were watching live, didn't jump into chat, or if you're watching after the fact, I definitely appreciate you watching. So I will be back tomorrow. And, of course, as always, happy trails. Thanks again for watching The Daily Dope, presented by The Gaming Gang. If you like this episode, be sure to give it a quick thumbs up. And if you dig the channel, please subscribe. If you'd like to check out our previous episode, click right here. And if you want to check out a somewhat randomly selected episode, give a click right down here. It'll be like opening a box of Cracker Jacks. You just don't know what you'll get. Once again, thanks for watching, and I'm Jeff McAleer.